Shall we play a game?
Awesome. So we're changing up the gameplay just a little bit. Now we're going to have Mr. Rashad himself back on here killing the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And he is going to be on the bottom screen, and Mr. Joey Botch is going to be on the top. I'm really excited. I think you guys are going to crack level 7.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the crazy alien
Okay, so
on
this is
level
how
8.
you point.
This show is not going to end until our viewers see this alien thing. It's scary.
I was like,
It's pretty. Well, it's a lot freakier than the whatever Alan was, and and those bugs that are flying around, and obviously the zombies.
Right. Although the bugs do terrify me. We have a friend of the show just walking into the house. My wife, Rachel. Hi.
hey, Rachel.
She's back from painting the town red.
Oh.
Or whatever, or purple, or whatever. color.
Whatever color it was.
Yes.
Again, we are live at the G4C Studios headquarters, but
AKA.
my house. So I, for one, as a person,
You're doing good, Rashad.
and this is something that I've recently taken more of an interest in. But I think in order to know where you're going, you have to have a really strong understanding of where you've been in your life. So I've done a lot of reflecting, and I think it's important for other people to do it as well. So I kind of want to ask you, how have you changed in the last 10 years? And what would 17-year-old Rashad think of who you are today?
Oh my God, 17-year-old Rashad would be like, "Oh, you're the best thing ever." No, I think I've always had this mindset of you got to always help others and do things and be number one. And I think I think it's more now. I don't really care about what people view of me, as long as I can help somebody. I've done my job and stuff. And so we're really 17-year-olds help me. I don't know. I was a different mindset. Like I said, it was just more about, hey, I want to have fun and live my best life, and I'm untouchable until life hits you. Like, hey, one day you're feeling good, the next day you have high blood pressure. Next thing you know, like you have the flu. Like, it's just like, and then, hey, these bills are not going to pay itself. So, it's just a different thing. And it's not about being like pleasing people. It's about what's making yourself go every day. And so it's not about the job that pays the most money. It's about a job that you love and that you want to go to every day. It's about the people you want in your life. It's not about having people that I'm getting beat up right now. And it's not about just things like that. And so, like I said, I had a very different, oh, there you are. I'm at the bottom. I was looking at the top for some reason too, at one point. I don't know why. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have a different stance on life, but 17-year-old Rashad was very fun and all that stuff, and I've never changed that. And like I tell people, I'm like, I keep it fun. I love hard, and I laugh even harder. And so I always have kept a fun life. And in some situations, I shouldn't be laughing and joking and stuff. But I think if I can make somebody laugh, I've done my job and get their mind off something. And so, like I tell people, my dad's like, "Why don't you wear a suit? Wear your suit." And I'm like, I don't want to wear a suit. Like, I don't know stuff, because I'm the type of person that I get my hands dirty with the best of them. Like, I will go and set up for an event when I'm over the event. Like, when we've hired somebody to do the event, well, I don't like it like that, so I'm gonna fix it myself. So 17-year-old Rashad, he was not adventurous, not as he was carefree, and yeah. If that makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
Somebody's getting me.
17-year-old Matt was still collecting Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So just like in 5th grade. So, that's really cool. It's like I said, it's super important, man, to, for me personally, I was never, like I said earlier, I've battled anxiety for a long time, and I wasn't always my biggest fan. And it wasn't really until the past, honestly, 7 months where I finally got comfortable enough in my own skin
Wow.
to where I could start, being happy for things
Yeah.
and things like that. So that's really cool that you've always kind of had, you've known there's not been a lot of change with you.
Yeah.
And then if there were, it was definitely for the best. So
Yeah, and my mom always taught us. I mean, always made us be in the front runner of when she's doing stuff in the community and things like that. But my mom was also older, and so I'm younger doing this, and so I haven't seen a lot of younger people do what I do and not get burnt out, and so kind of throw their hands up and walk away from it. And so I pray every day that never happens. And so we're working on some stuff that that I won't. And I tell people all the time, my next job will be in nonprofit. I just have a heart for it, and I see this letter going around saying people go to these foreign countries to help people there, but won't help people in their backyard. And I was like, oh, I do both. I've been to Venezuela and I help people, but guess what? I do it every day, helping people in my backyard. I think you have to have the best of both worlds. And I go to different countries, not all the time. When I went to Venezuela, I got that. I was like, I'm gonna move to Venezuela. I want to work on this orphanage. Da, 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 da. And then as I flew in, I was flying home. My parents at first, when I told them about that, they was like, no, you're not going. And they really was like, you need that experience. You're going. And so I just had a sense. That's when I figured out what I really wanted to give back to my community. I wanted to be a part of leadership in Darnell when I was in Venezuela because I was like, I just want to grow. I just want to build Darnell. And so that was actually my campaign slogan, let's build Darnell and all that stuff, because I see the potential we have. I know that when I was in that orphanage, it was two girls that really got to tell their story and stuff, and they were under their bed as their parents got murdered. And so I was like, that's stuff that hopefully none of us has ever experienced and stuff, but know that they having to live their life without their parents, but always having that scar in their memory and stuff. And so I was like, we have kids in our community and stuff that have not seen something that strong, but they have been through a rough patch. And so I was like, I'm going to work at the Atlanta Dream Center. And then Dad's like, you're not getting the picture. You're coming home to the revival. You need to make it happen here. And I was like, ooh, you preaching? And so that's what I always give back. And so I always tell people, I was like, I could sleep when I'm dead. And that's probably the worst motto because like my body is like tearing down. And but I just don't want to ever stop. Like I think it's fun to me. Like it's fun. So
you said a word that I feel like is very crucial to learning how.
Oh, but you ain't gonna tell me I'm back playing.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh.
You're back. I got you. You said a word that I think is very crucial into understanding how to navigate, and that's burnout. And like we talked about earlier, you're a man who wears a lot of hats, right? Mm-hmm. How do you personally handle or avoid, because you've got to feel it, right?
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
So I told somebody the other day, I think I've shooting.
I got you up.
Oh,
I got you up.
Oh, why?
Give me back.
Controllers.
Yeah, give me.
Where you at?
Hold square. Hold square.
Oh, square. Okay,
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey,
I did it.
You saved me.
Oh, behind you. Okay, that's me.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh.
We got a good thing going right now.
Okay, so burnout. So I'm the type of person that my bedtime, when I go to bed, I do an hour of emails, and so usually I get in bed about 11, and then I answer emails and Facebook messages at 12 and all that stuff. And so it's super late, and it's so late when I go to bed, and so I usually don't go to bed till like 1 in the morning, 2, and also I just don't sleep. Well, I don't sleep either, and so it's I'm dead over here. That's what. Wow, I can't move. And so burnout. So I've started this new thing on Sundays. I go to church, and I go to my home church in Darnell, and where my parents are, and I try to spend some time with them. If not, I'll go home, and I literally lock myself in my house, and I disconnect from the world. I don't answer my phone if I don't want to, and I actually put it on Facebook. It's called. I saw a little picture, and it's unplugged with a cord, like, and all that stuff, and it's like unplugged. And so I unplugged myself from the world for a couple hours and stuff, and it's just that's what kept my head on straight here lately. But it does come to that point that your life is always under a microscope. You're always doing this and that and stuff, or somebody always needs something. And like one day I just had my best friends, they so during the John Daly tournament, it's mainly everybody's enjoying themselves, so I kind of worry about the day-to-day operations of the tournament, and kind of people ask me questions, or I find out the information and stuff. And our tournament committee is amazing, so they put the tournament together.
You're back in, by the way.
Oh, okay. From November till the tournament, and I just feel so hopeless. But I know what I'm good at. I'm good at day of event stuff. So that's you. And it just kind of come here.
We're about to be level 7. I can feel it.
Yeah. Well, how did that? Oh, somebody behind me. Well, let me just go and shoot you from the back. And what was I going with that? So it was just so much.
No. So close.
See, I was talking.
Oh, hey, you saved me. You saved me on that one.
I did. You're right.
You got me.
But it's good to unplug. Let me just say it like that. And so if you don't, I've learned that if you don't, you have anxiety attacks and you'll end up in the hospital. I've done that and stuff. And I'm okay with telling people that, because it's not worth pushing yourself to that far. And so tomorrow, if it's not fixed today, you can get a chance to fix it tomorrow. And so that's a great thing. And honestly, and I look at my mom, and I'm like, my mom and me, I'm lining myself up the same way my mom was. And that's like a great person. Yeah. But health wise, she had a stroke because she always was trying to do stuff for people and always put herself on the back burner. And so I've learned that now, put myself first, and then everybody else can line up too. So
yeah, and just your overall wellness is important.
Yeah,
and making sure you're taking care of yourself. You want to make sure you're motivated you stay motivated to do the things that you say that you want to do. Yeah, but at the same time, your mind, you need to know the limits of your mind, the limits of your body, the limits of everything.
And if I fail, it's okay to fail. And so, like I said, and that's why I tell young people, I'm like, when young people don't, when young people feel like they need to set a goal and write it on their mirror and have to live that life, and they don't go according to plan, it's okay not to do that. And so because if I would have had the way I wanted it, I would be in the White House right now, actually, or in Hawaii or whatever. And so or I'll be really upset at myself for not being president right now. And so that's just, I've met a lot of people. My cousin, she's getting her nursing degree right now, but she had a kid in college, and you would never have expected that from her. To happen to her, but it did, and she's been the biggest blessing to her side of the family and all that stuff. And she's teaching her child every day that no matter what obstacles come your way, you can achieve your main goal. And so I just think it's awesome.
And you were telling us earlier before, I think it was during our technical difficulties section of the show, which we seem to always have, but that's all right.
Friend of the show.
Good friend of the show. Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Shows up all the time.
And also words. You had the personal goal of becoming a teacher like your mom, and you decided that was outside of your limits. And I can relate to that. I did the same thing. And just... you just keep navigating those areas in your life, and just I feel like that's like you. I'm around a lot of kids all the time, and you see you have a 2-year-old, and you tell them, "Hey, don't do that," and then they're pushing the limit, and you kind of throw your head back, and you're just like, oh my gosh, why are they doing that? But we're doing it too. Yeah. We're still doing that on a bigger scale, obviously. Yeah. We're not trying to see how much we can get away with our parents or anything, but just what can what can I do? What can I accomplish?
Yeah, it's just like I was saying. Let them touch the stove; they'll won't touch it again.
Right.
If they burn their hand. Well, I've touched
yes,
the
you will.
stove. Yeah, exactly. I would say I've touched the stove so many times, I got burnt, and kept continuing to do it. So I can't preach and teach to somebody if I'm continuing to do it. So that's why I felt uncomfortable in education and teaching, because I was like, if I can't sit down and be quiet, I'm having to run the hallways just to lose some energy. And these kids can't do that. I don't feel comfortable doing it. And so my mom had a way with children, and that it takes maturity with it and stuff. And so we're playing again, and it takes a lot of maturity with that, and I just was not ready for it. And so I give back in many different ways to children, and so I serve as board directors for, like I said, Boys and Girls Club. I'm done with that. I've rolled off on that, and then I'm on the River Valley Children Advocacy Center board, and they deal with a lot of abuse and mistreated children and stuff like that, and some of the stories there is amazing. And so then I also serve on RVAC Incorporated board, and so I help them write through my background in education and early childhood, write a $7.2 million grant, and we was awarded that in October. And end of October, we had a month to get ready to take over 9 daycares and over 200 employees and 700 kids. And so it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. And so I'm really just thankful for the opportunities that I'm at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. I was really thankful for that because of my background in education, and then our RVAC team taking the chance to better our education and early childhood in our community. And so that what means a lot to me. So yes, I might not be teaching at the moment, but I got that one. But I feel like I'm still giving back in a way to children, and so I'm pretty pumped about that.
I mean, children are the future.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
That's obviously something you were passionate about. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been in the business of trying to become a teacher. But like, you found another way to give to that community, which is amazing. I will say that I picked up my mother's curling iron one time, and that's the last time I've ever done that.
You know what? I love fire, and
I don't like. My wife's is sitting on the. If my wife's curling iron is sitting on the bathroom counter, like, I'm not touching it. I don't care if it's unplugged or anything. Like, it could still be hot. I'm not taking the chance.
Yeah. No, I remember burning my lip with candle wax off a candle, and my mom was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And I was like, I
wasn't doing that.
My top lip was gone.
Oh,
and,
Tell us a little more about that. Can you back it up a little bit?
Actually, you know what? So
we need some
I was adding my finger in like the candle wax and stuff, and like over my head. I don't know why, and then it spilled and it just went. Psh, and I was like, ah! And she's like on the phone with my aunt, and she's like, "Let me call you back." I was like, "No, you good? I'm good."
Nothing happened.
Yeah, it was just the situations like that. So I've learned from a lot of mistakes, and and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to have kids." And I'm like, "No, listen, I think we all need to wait for me to have kids because that's gonna be bad news for everybody."